Welcome back to Kerbal Hard and Uncut. So last episode we put our Gilly Mark 1 into our orbit. I thought, do we know we did the departure? We did a departure of our Dres mission finally, I think. And yeah, we've wasted a couple of episodes trying to build craft or looking at things, and I feel really bad about that. So I'm not considering this cheating, but what we have done, or what I have done, is I've taken this craft here, which is the Juna 2A, which was a craft I used in the Back to Basics series. I think it was in the second season of that. So if you go back and you can watch one of these, there's a mission about going to Juna. And this is the craft there. I've taken off the bits that we don't have, so a couple of science bits and things like that. And that's literally all I've done with it. And then I have stuck it on top of the first sort of section, the first three stages technically, but the first stage that's a stage in three halves. That's like, yeah, don't even ask about it. The stage in three halves of our Mark 1 launcher that we've got. So there's that there. And that may be a bit of overkill, actually. I mean, it's quite expensive, but I'm going to send this to Juna. And now I know our Juna departure window isn't supposed to be for another, like, a year and a bit. Whereas, yeah, year and a bit, so 1 year, 160 days. I'm going to send it up anyway. We're going to send it up. We're going to see what's happening. Primarily because we potentially are going to have a lot of Delta V in orbit, I think. But I'm not sure. It depends how our launch goes. But we could end up with a lot of Delta V in orbit. And if that's the case, then we might force it. We might force it a bit quicker. But we'll see what we get up to. Plus, we've got that Gilly departure coming up. So I thought we'll do a launch. We'll get that going. So I think this is set up correctly. I'm hoping it is. I think that comes off there, then that comes off there. Yeah, so I think we're ready to rock. Now, who have we got on board? We are having Arvin, because that's the only scientist we have left, which means we have a lack of scientists around Kerbin. So we probably want to try and find one or buy one or steal one from somewhere. And we're going to send Sigdo Kerman. Sigdo Kerman is going. We're not going to send Baleen, primarily because I don't know. I just have a feeling Balene's got something bigger in her future. I don't know why. And although Sigdo has got 3 stars, how's Sig? Oh, did you do the Eve mission? Maybe let's have a look. You've done the Sun and Eve. Okay, so you've got 3 stars. So you actually give me a bit more piloting skill, which might be a bonus actually. And we're also going to send an engineer. Now, the landing craft in this is only a two crew landing craft. So I will have to decide when we get there what I'm doing. Oh, actually, you know what? There is something that I want to make sure I've got on. Antennae. Where are the antennae? Yes, that's what I thought. Right, I need to find... oh, no, there's one on that side. There's one on that side. There's one on that side. Okay. Right. So I think we're ready. We've got solar panels. We've got all sorts of bits and bobs. I think we're ready to go. We're going to launch that. And, yeah, let's get going. So, yeah, while this is preparing itself, so we're going to launch this episode. And hopefully that should only take me, 4 minutes, 5 minutes or so, put it into orbit, and then we'll set a maneuver node up. We then are going to have the Gilly departure, I hope, and that's going to get going. And then I think we've got anything else. I need to have a look at some missions we might have. I think that's something that's going to be important. We'll take some missions. No doubt we'll get a mission for Duna, like with the new craft, as soon as I launch this. But I need to start getting these flags knocked off. And at the moment, I think we're potentially going to get Dres. We're potentially going to get Gilly. We're not going to get Eve, but Eve's going to be a different kettle of fish entirely. This would give us Duna and potentially Ike, which then leaves us with the dual system, Elu, Moho, each with their own little difficulties, and then Eve possibly at the end, or we just send an engineer to Eve to put a flag on it. I think I never said I was going to bring them all home. Right, yeah, just launch, please. We have our engines on full this time, so it doesn't fall down back to the ground, which is a bonus. And now we are off. We are on the way. I don't know what I want to do with this craft, actually. I don't know whether I want to turn it sharply or not. I'm gonna edge it over. Oh, you know what? Would help if I put the stability. That went up without stability. Wow. I completely didn't even realize that I hadn't put that on. I knew I hadn't pressed a button. I just didn't know which button I hadn't pressed. I'm quite impressed now. That's quite staggering. I did not expect that in any way, shape, or form. We'll put you on prograde, actually. Right. Well, we've got a star pilot on board. We'll actually let her work for it a bit. Right. Right. Let's have a look. So we should really probably keep an eye on where we are. We're up to 18 kilometers for for our potential altitude. We're gonna speed this up a bit. Wait until we get to about 30, 40. Yeah, there we go. Right. Now we're getting out of the thick stuff. We're gonna start edging this over a bit. I think we'll just take it over like so. There we go. In fact, we're just gonna take it all the way over. All the way over. Get rid of the solids. Right, I'm gonna let this just coast slowly a bit while I sort this out. So I haven't got it on full thrust. I've got about what, two-thirds thrust right now. I find this really confusing. I always think it's quarters, but it's not. It's thirds. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna pull this across like so to there, and then I'm gonna fire the engines full bore. Right, we're gonna let this rise up to whatever it gets to. Actually, I don't mind. We're about to lose these tanks, but that's okay, because I think this one's going to give us about 2,000, which is staggering, actually. Get rid of those. Okay, you'll notice I have fins. I put fins on. That's the one change I made to this launch stage, actually. I put fins on, just in case I didn't know what our sort of launch profile was going to look like, and I was concerned that we may need a little bit of added stability, particularly because this is quite horrible. This upper stage was originally designed, or this section was originally designed to go on a, I think it's a 3.75 meter core or a 5 meter core, whatever it is. You can see it's had to curve in there. So yeah, it's actually surprising. I did cut out the sort of second, third stage of this launch vehicle, primarily just because they were adding an awful lot of mass and delta V, which actually made me wonder whether we could use something like this upper stage to actually do the MOHO mission, because the nuclear engines on this actually start to make it interesting. I am wondering about maybe a single stage MOHO craft, like not a single stage orbit obviously, but a single lander transfer craft that's got drop tanks or something like that, just as an option. But I will keep my mind open on that one. Again, MOHO missions crewed, dual missions crewed, ELU Christian's mood. That's an interesting one. ELU missions crewed. Get rid of all that stuff. They are all options right now, and you can see the craft there. Okay, right. We're gonna put this. Oh, is that? That's us. That's there. That's Dilkin. Did I take a mission for a Dilkins capsule? I don't seem to remember taking a mission for a Dilkins capsule. Is that a mission that's available for a Dilkin? I don't know what a Dilkin... As long as he's not returned the capsule. Right. Oh, I have the ability to sit onto the maneuver node. Oh, see, this is why we take the good pilots. Yes. Are we supposed to have that? What are these? Oh, there's a target. So we get that. We get that just for being a pilot. We get those for first level, those for second. That must be for third. So that's fourth, maybe? I don't know. Maybe get both. That's really cool. I would have thought maneuver node would have come after target, but okay. You can tell I've never really got a crew that got that far. They tend to die, or they only do individual missions. Is actually what happens. We can warp this forward. So we've got 7 minutes of the episode left. Oh dear. Need to get going. Right. So this thing is quite a beast, actually, isn't it? I want to go further, faster, higher, stronger, all that sort of stuff. 12 seconds to get this into orbit, and we're going to have about we're going to have like enough to almost do the transfer burn left. That's actually going to be, so this thing's pretty much going to get to Duna with almost full tanks, which is good, because the other issue I have with this design is these two engines here would actually be better facing the other way, and I was considering playing around with it, but I didn't want to do it off camera. Maybe we'll play around with it in the future, just to circularize that a bit. There we go. Just to improve it. Right. Okay, what we're going to do is going to put out these solar panels, because we need solar power just in case anything goes wrong. There we go. Now you can tell this is actually quite an old style design of mine. This is where, when I'd returned to KSP from, I think 5 or 6 years away, actually. And this was a second series, so this was probably about a month after I started coming back, something like that. And you can see I was just playing around with some of the older parts. I always consider these to be older parts, the fuel tanks like this. So yeah, you'll notice the crew have a lot of space available to them, which is really nice. You got 4 spaces there, 3 there, 2 there. So what's that? 9 space for 9 Kerbals. We're only taking 3. They're very happy. Well, you would be. You're on the most advanced craft we have ever launched. I think you're probably not the heaviest, actually, because although this is heavy, I think those engines are heavy though. Anyway. Right, we're going to set up and have talking. That's what we're doing. Current orbit to Duna. There we go. We're going to do that. We're going to create it, and it's going to be in 1 year. Now, where does that fit on my alarm schedule? There we go. Duna Mark 1 to Duna. Okay. So just after the schedule. Right, so we can actually get rid of that. All right, let's go jump to the Gilly mission. Switch to. Right. So we're going to jump to the Gilly mission and see if we can actually get that going. So we've now got basically 3 sets of crew out there that are scientist, pilot, and one of them's got an extra engineer. And these are, yeah. So this is a big craft actually, and of course we don't have the target thing for this. All right, we're gonna warp this actually, because I always like to watch to see if that thing. Yeah, you see it does. That's interesting. You see how we get a little shimmy sideways. Our view is just shimmying. That's really interesting. So it's actually going over that way. Okay, it's going to come back to us now, isn't it? After another cycle or so, it's going to be that way. Right. So coming in, I'm going to have a minute to spin this thing. We're going to turn it early. We're going to turn early. Right, go on. Turn. I'm going to do that and that. Right. Yeah, okay, I get that. Delete and close. Right, okay. Come on. Turn. Got 52 seconds. I could do that. Go on. Turn. Why are you not? Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, it didn't do what I want, which was it was supposed to do physical time warp. I actually hit the correct keys for that, and it didn't do it. Prograde. Get me onto prograde. Just force it round. It's actually easier doing that than me doing it. And we're going to just put a little bit of engine thrust in. Like that. Now this is going to knock us out quite a bit actually, that little tiny bit of engine thrust. That's annoying. What are we doing? Come on, turn around. Come on, get the gimbal going. And then when we get to here, I'm going to have to bring it in. And now this means we're probably gonna have a problem. But we're going to Eve, and Eve is easy to go. So I mean, this craft is massively over designed for going to Gilly. It seriously is. We've got so much delta V on this thing. It is stupid, but it's easier than redesigning the whole craft, I suppose. Is it? It's got a lot of delta V. That's got a lot. Is that gonna enough? Yeah. I mean, oh, we're out of fuel. Better fire the engines and get going. There we go. Right. So I didn't realise I hadn't put the thrust up to full power there. Oh, well, that's not good. So we are actually going to be quite delayed. We've had that turn problem, and now we're delayed. Although that might help us a little bit because okay, yeah. So it has taken into account the fact we're using a less powerful engine. So we're not yet at the halfway mark. We can actually physical time warp this because it's going to be 3 minutes, and I don't have time for 3-minute burns. Neither do you. You do not have time for this. So basically in this episode we're going to have a launch of a craft and then a repulsion of a craft, and then we're going to have to next episode figure this out. So yeah, it's very different, isn't it? It's a much smaller craft, much more compact. Yeah, I think this is probably the way to go though. The better, we're not trying to make Kerbals comfortable. The big thing about the Juno one was it was designed for comfortable Kerbals. It was designed to give them space, whereas this is literally you're gonna sleep in a rack and you can watch Netflix or YouTube or something that we've recorded for you and put on the hard drive, and that's what you're gonna do for the next 2 years of your life. And when you get there, plant a flag and then come home is basically what we're doing. I do think I prefer this lander, but I'm not sure. It's not really practical for a lot of locations, if I'm honest. Do that. We're going to pull this back. We're going to need to get a bit of gimbal going and get this onto the marker. Just there. There we go. Better. Pull this down. Right. We are going to just... See, this is the thing. I wonder whether this got a better gimbal than the other stuff. It does seem to be better at just gimbaling in general. Get a bit more thrust. Get across there. Go up there. We're going to chase it. Chasing it. I hate chasing those things, right? And then gonna do a bit of that and do a bit of that and right. Let's have a look. Let's just hold it there. Let's have a look at how we are doing. All right, we've got 30 seconds, so I'm gonna have to fix this either now or in the next episode. Oh, I actually think I have a focus view. Did I even set that as a target? No, I want to do this. Let's focus view. I want to do this. I want to set as target. Then I want to focus view. There we go. Right, how close are we getting? Well, so from me, until next time, have a great one.